setting is Washington, D.C. and Capital One Arena. The Celtics taking on the Wizards. For Boston, good times. They've won 4 of the last 5, dictating the pace night in and night out. They look to establish their style of play again here tonight with another win. Wizards, Celtics, up next, right after this. Looking at the starting 5 for Boston. White and Brown are the wingmen. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Queta in at the 5. We know things can get heated between these two, Grant. No love lost in this matchup.
And that competitive fire, it grows when you're in the same conference. You get to see each other so often. You know, B.A., I think we're in for some good theater in this one.
Here's McCollum, following the bucket by Boston. Sarr, and finished off by Sarr.
Every time I watch Sarr, I'm just amazed at how light off the floor he is.
There's the double team with Sarr. Pass to White, deflects the pass, and it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. First quarter of play, a minute in. Ooh, had a nice open look right there.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the 3, it really opens up this offense.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Brian Keith had a few moments to share with me. We briefly talked about Jaylen Brown and what kind of defensive mindset you have to have against him. And he said, we have to be willing to work just as hard as he is. We have to fight through every single screen, talk to one another, and contest every shot we can. Sounds like it'll be an all-out effort against Brown here in this one. Brian, back to you.
And Allie, thanks. McCollum's shot is off. Boston's gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Over to the wing. Back to White. They set a pick. Here's Queta, guarded by Sarr. Tries again. Again, Boston.
And a coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
There's no question. Peyton Pritchard has one of the best value contracts in the league.
Sure does, B.A. He's on a 4-year, $30 million deal, signed back in 2023. He's a tireless worker, a talented scorer, playmaker, and, of course, outside shooter.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Here's Sarr. Queta pulls it in. And so it's Pritchard with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Knicks.
Talk about strong offensive production. They went out, played to their strengths, and were successful as a result.
Yeah, and you know, coaches honestly wouldn't have as much to do if guys shot like that every night.
And finished off by Sarr.
Sarr using all of his length and athleticism to tell this league that he has arrived.
Brown draws the double. Pass to Pritchard. Nice ball movement by Boston. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
And here's George. 4-3. Queta pulls it in. Queta's got 4 rebounds now. White, the pass to Pritchard. Now White. The 3. Sarr pulls it in.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Now here's Pritchard. He's coming off a 10-point game against New York. Queta gets the bucket.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Sarr with a screen on Pritchard. McCollum, the pass to Sarr. Queta pulls it in. Queta's got 5 rebounds in the game. They double-team Brown. It's stolen. Pass to George. Launches it. That's good. And it's McCollum with the assist. McCollum's got 5 assists in the game.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's Queta, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. White, the pass to Queta. Good D by Sarr.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Middleton. And he hits it to tie the game. 6 points for Chris Middleton.
Assertive play from Middleton in the paint, just absorbing that contact.
Pritchard, the pass to Queta. Brown draws the double. George with a steal. Pass to McCollum. Middleton outside. From behind the arc. And there's McCollum on the assist by Middleton.
I just love the ball movement.
Pritchard against McCollum. They need this. Caden, pass to White. George over to help. And here's Brown for three. He drops it from range. Brown's got 12 points.
He's been perfect this quarter. They keep feeding him, and he keeps delivering.
All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, the Wizards stacking talented young players and draft assets. Not only that, they'll have a ton of cap space next season, which they will likely not use to sign a star free agent, but rather to absorb contracts in exchange for, you guessed it, more draft picks. This front office is continuing to think long-term, guys.
Priority straight. All right, Shams, appreciate the report.
Well, you have to track Sarr in that action. He's so fluid for his size and does a great job coming off the pick.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Boston ends up going with a new group. Hauser outside. The three is up. It's rebounded by Washington. They're coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
I'll tell you what, once things started to go downhill, their performance plummeted. It wound up getting pretty ugly.
Yeah, they just committed too many mistakes at both ends. But credit their opponent for being disruptive.
To the middle. Here's Middleton, and he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. And last season, Graham, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Well, Grant, this is the third season under this front office for the Wizards.
And bringing experience from years working for the Oklahoma City Thunder, their commitment level to building the right way is rock solid.
Bagley's checked in for Sarr. Hauser can't get it to go. Washington leading by 5. Here's Middleton. Hauser grabs the board. Pass to Minot. There's the triple. And the three-pointer goes.
Boy, oh boy. Both teams lighting it up to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their team.
And he's been an ideal teammate tonight. He's really creating plenty of looks with his passing.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. It's the Wizards up 4. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter of action so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Washington.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight, turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running.
Taking a look at the Celtics. We've got Chris Boucher, Sam Hauser out there with Anthony Simons, and it's Minot in at the power forward position. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. The Celtics understand that they'll be tested. Jaylen Brown said growth is a journey with ups and downs. You have to stay with it. You can't complain. Don't let it break your spirit. We've just got to keep building the right habits, keep being versatile, and keep learning from these experiences. Brian, back to you.
Always looking to get better. Thank you, Allie.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And Bagley gets it to go on the assist by McCollum.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Boucher up top. Whitmore over to help. Pass to Minot. Here's Simons. Clock at 6. Back to Hauser. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Champagny. Outside Bagley. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Man, he can't sink that one. He's 2 for 4 in the contest. And we're going to have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
Pass to Gonzalez. Puts up a deep 3. Again, the miss by Boston.
That's the look you want. Gotta be disappointed coming up empty.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Washington making some changes. Sarge checked in for Bagley, and Chris Middleton is subbed in for Whitmore. And here's Simons outside. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. Champagny, a pass to McCollum. Boston pulls it in. The Lakers will be traveling in to face them after this one. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
White, the pass to Boucher. Back to White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Unloads. It's rebounded by George.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Here's Sarr. And finished off by Sarr.
Sarr is playing with a lot of confidence, not questioning himself, just using his size to keep finding buckets.
Boucher passes to Simons. Outside, Brown. And it's off from three-point range. For Washington, they've gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. And that one's good. 10 points for Chris Middleton.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
And so Simons will bring it up for the Celtics. Trailing by 2. Brown gets the bucket.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Sarr with a screen on White. Pass to Sarr. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It goes on Chris Boucher.
Obviously, Alexander Sarr's stature grabs your attention, but he's stronger than he looks, too. And that can be a pretty dangerous combination if he learns to use it right.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Queta comes in for Boucher, and it's Peyton Pritchard in for Simons. And Grant, when talking about certain players, we hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
You know, it's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as important as putting up those points.
Vukcevic, he's checked in for Washington. To the inside. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And so he hits both.
I love it. In attack mode, drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
Brown with it. McCollum covering. Pass to Queta. Fires from the corner. McCollum pulls it in.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Champagny, that's good.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Big hit from outside. Jaylen Brown.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
To the paint. George for 3. Knocks down the long J. George has got 8.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. team's shooting a steady diet from outside.
White, soft touch off the glass.
I like that from White, attacking the heart of that defense.
And some tough salary decisions this summer for the Boston Celtics coach.
Well, in one way, it's a good problem to have, possessing too much talent. But with this new CBA, it's harder to retain everybody like we saw with Celtics teams of old. Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Pass to Vukcevic. There's the block. And as it goes out of bounds, Washington able to keep possession. A minute and a half left in the second. Champagne's shot is off. Boston trailing. Here comes Brown. Pass to Keita. Brown scanning the floor. Shot clock at 5. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Keita no good. The Wizards have gone 8 of 15 in the second. George, good.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Pass to Walsh. The 3 is up. And the Celtics another 3.
Well, the defense was a little soft. He felt free to take that shot.
Here's Vukcevic. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Champagnie, that's good. Now it's a 6-point Washington lead.
Now shooting the 3 ball at almost 60%. They've been blazing this second quarter.
White for 3, and a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
Champagnie, that's good. And so it's the Washington Wizards with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. We'll be back in a moment.
And now, please direct your attention to center court.
Hello, folks. Let's get the Golden State Warriors trailing the Sixers out in Philly. Still just the second quarter, and they've got a big hill to climb. And turning our attention to the first half, a positive start for the Washington Wizards.
Well, they've worked the...
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Jaylen Brown having a dominant impact in this game.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Celtics trail by 6. Alexander Sarr out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Carlton Carrington. Then there's George. And it's McCollum at the point. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
There's no question about the skill level of C.J. McCollum. A long-time NBA star, Stan.
Well, look, at this point, it's just muscle memory for him. From so many spots on the floor, B.A., one of the things that impresses me the most is how he scores against good defense. Well, we're seeing this more and more out of Brown. The ability to take over for an extended period of time.
Middleton. That's good. And it's McCollum with the assist. 14 points for Chris Middleton.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Pritchard, no good. Washington leading by 6. Here's Sarr. Rebound Boston. Cater's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pritchard with it. McCollum covering. Here's Brown, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Brown's got 28 points for the game.
Well, this is what Brown was looking for. He just needed the ball, and then instantly his shot was up.
And finished off by Sarr.
Yeah, that's like a quarterback leading his receiver. Put it right on him.
And Carrington comes to help. Brown passes to Pritchard. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Oh, what a powerful finish. You could feel the impact.
Oh, he's going to be bragging about that one later, and for good reason too, man.
Well, that's what poor defense will get you. They deserve to get dunked on them.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Derek White is an impact player, but is he a star in this league? White said, "I'm not into labels. I just know whatever the team needs, I'm ready to do it. And what does this team want from him?" He said, "Be aggressive, don't defer." And hearing that from great players, it just gives you confidence. Back to you guys.
An impact player. Thank you, Allie. Pritchard, no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Sarr with a screen on Pritchard. McCollum, the pass to Sarr. Cater pulls it in. Cater's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Celtics trail by 3. Pritchard surviving the D. White for 3. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. White's got 13.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
McCollum, the pass to Sarr. And finished off by Sarr.
Well, McCollum is so poised in pick and rolls. Excellent job navigating it there.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. One guy's been getting it done, Alexander Sarr.
Well, as a coach, you have to make adjustments to put a stop to all the damage he's doing. The way they've defended him is not cutting.
Vukcevic, he's checked in for Washington. And let's look now at the shooting guards who've been most effective with their defense this past month. Third is Derek White.
Yeah, and this is a group that really appreciates effective ball movement. They can create for themselves anyone else on the floor.
And to have a shooting guard who's also a high-level playmaker, it makes your team a heck of a lot harder to deal with defensively.
And Grant, the Achilles tear for Jason Tatum, derailing the Celtics' attempt to defend their 2024 title.
Yeah, so hard to overcome losing your best player. Thankfully, this team has the depth to remain competitive in his absence.
You have to love the hustle to follow it up there. Time that tip perfectly.
That one falls. He has 7.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
The Celtics have gone 7 of 13 in the second half. Back to White. White coming through.
Well, listen, White doesn't fear anyone inside. He wants to get down low and cash in.
McCollum taking his time here. Tips it up. Vukcevic. And that one is hammered home.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it. Plays like that going to get them going.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
Here's Sarr. Cater pulls it in. Cater's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. And the jam by Brown.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
Inside. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand.
He challenges the defender and throws it down with 2 hands.
Man, just straight power on that one. Clear the deck. McCollum. Yep, that one goes. McCollum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, whether he's scoring or passing, McCollum is extremely skilled at running the pick and roll.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. So for the Wizards, Middleton comes in for Sarr. And it's Champagny in for Carrington. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Boucher's checked in for Keita. Minot comes in for Walsh. Hauser, he's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Simon is subbed in for Derek White. Simons passes to Hauser. Boston, no good that time either. And here's George. They'll bring it up for the Wizards. They host the Hawks after this one, and that'll put them halfway through a 3-game homestand. Champagny shot is off. Well, the Celtics shooting the rock at 58%. Hammers the lob through.
It's a great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. And it's amazing. Neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time.
Yeah, these guys are leaving it all on the floor tonight.
Hauser can't get it to go.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Pass to Minot. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Here's Vucevic. Yet another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Launches it from deep. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. Alexander Sarr getting it done for Washington. He's been lighting it up tonight. 24 points. We're coming right back. Don't go any. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. The Wizards with a lead. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. We've got Anthony Simons. He's out there with Jaylen Brown. Sam Hauser out there with Chris Boucher. And it's Minot in at the 4.
And the long arms of Sarr on full display. You gotta keep this kid off the offensive glass.
Here's Boucher for 3. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got his 5th assist in this one.
And defensively, how do you leave him that open in crunch time?
Middleton from the outside. And it's Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got his 4th rebound in this one. Minot can't get it to go. For Washington, they've gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the 4th. Sarr, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass. Sarr's got 12 points here in the second half. Fires the 3. Brown, no good.
He had it flowing from long range in the first half. Not sure what changed.
Sarr down low. Boucher on him. Sarr misses. Simons with it. McCollum covering. Simons passes to Hauser. Nice ball movement by Boston. Buries it from 3. And the Celtics lead by 1.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Here's Hauser. And again, Boston with the triple.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Down low. And finished off by Sarr.
Yeah, I love seeing Sarr get a little more physical there inside.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. Here's Brown. It's rebounded by Washington. Sarr up top, defended by Hauser. Hauser grabs the board. Boston has gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the 4th. It's Brown on the wing. Another one falls for Boston.
His scoring is a big reason why they're up right now. Let's see if they can close it out.
To the paint. Here's Sarr. And finished off by Sarr.
Well, look, you need a bucket, go to him. This is exactly what he's built to do.
Brown finds Simons. No good on the 3.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Sarr with it, and it's Boucher picking him up. There's McCollum with the 3. Can't sink it. 4th miss out of 9 attempts. Pass to Minot. George over to help. Here's Boucher, and finished off by Boucher.
He may give up a little size, but has the bounce to hold his own.
And so Middleton will bring it up for the Wizards. To the inside, and the jam by George.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand.
The vertical of Simons getting all the way up to the rim.
Sarr with a screen on Simons. To the middle. And finished off by Sarr.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
He's really become a better all-around player. Brown's passing continues to evolve. Nice find. They have no answer defensively inside.
For Boston, they've gone 7 for 11 so far in the fourth. Simons with it. Now Sarr defending. Minot. A rebound by the Wizards. Sarr's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
This guy's been in big moments. Middleton not shying away from it.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. He's checked in for Washington. Whitmore comes in for Chris Middleton. A big group substitution here for Boston. Cadis checked in for Boucher. Walsh comes in for Minot. Derek White's checked in for Hauser. And Pritchard is subbed in for Simon. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. And a big reason their team is down, the three-point line. Coach saying in the huddle, we have to battle on the perimeter. They're outplaying us from the arc. Guys?
Okay, thank you, Allie. There's a screen, and looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
McCollum against Pritchard. Oh, no good on the layup. Boston has gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter.
Well, Brown sees himself as a leader on this team, and he can come up with big points when they need him to. What a finish. He used his bounce to throw it down over the taller defender.
1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Oh, ho, ho! That's a man on a mission right there.
Hey, they really needed that one. Big time move inside.
Yeah, look, that shot took loads of heart. Zero fear.
Ooh, it doesn't go.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Washington has gone 6 for 12 from deep so far in this game. Brown pulls down the board. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. Going to work in the low block. Washington trailing. Here's McCollum. George fires. Can't hit it.
It seems like every miss ends up in his hands. He's been unreal.
Yeah, he's been a beast on the glass. A monster night for him.
Here's McCollum.
Well, McCollum has a way of causing trouble in there. Very proud.
First team foul. At the line for 2, C.J. McCollum.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1. So for Washington, Branham's checked in for George, and it's Johnson in for Champagnie. And McCollum drops them both.
Just so reliable at the line. There was never a doubt that those were money.
Jaylen Brown. Oh, he missed the jumper.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
McCollum outside. Takes a 3. Oh, it doesn't go. And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for the Celtics. 17 seconds left in the fourth. Here's the pass to Brown. The 3 is off. McCollum outside. It falls. And
excellent tempo on the play, and he leads his teammate perfectly.
And so it's Washington who scrapes by with the win. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
And that'll do it, folks. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports.